Thanks for coming. Welcome to the Karen Mitches podcast. Today we have Evan Wunderlich.
Yay. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. Just came from my girlfriend's place. We went on a nice walk. Went to emo night the night before.
What's emo night?
It's at Sneaky D's. It's got a DJ. They don't play any real emo music like Sunny Day Real Estate or like, Captain Jazz. They more play like Blink-182 and Avril Lavigne.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You dress up.
I feel like the farther you get away from something in time, the looser the definition of it is.
Definitely. Oh my God, yeah. Like the more genre spreading.
Yeah. So I wanted to know about, and I'm already forgetting the name of your show.
Oh, Are You Laughing At? By the way, this is my first podcast, like properly. I've never actually done one of these.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that I'm your first.
Yeah.
What was the show you just did?
Are You Laughing Yet? Basically, the show, it's going to be on Bell 5 TV1. And so no one's going to see it. But basically,
I'm going to see it.
Yeah. And then after like 5 months, then we get the show back and we can sell it to like whoever. And we want to sell it to like Tubi and maybe Amazon. Who knows? Somebody. But CBC. But yeah, basically people in around Durham region, mostly Oshawa, there was one or two exceptions, will teach me how to do things. So like I got taught how to be a pole dancer, a wrestler, I learned self-defense and I like broke boards with my fists and stuff. And then a wrestler, pole dancer. Oh, and a drag queen. I was a drag queen.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Right. Yeah.
So how did you, I guess you're filming, your partner in this was Steve DeGay?
Yeah. He was the director. He helped kind of write it. It's hard to say how the writing is because it's like the most written part of it is the stand-up portion, which is so people will teach me how to do their things. I'll be a drag queen, and then I did an entire like 30-40 minute stand-up set that we filmed. But we filmed it for each episode. So I did like 10 minutes on drag queens, 10 minutes on my experience being a self-defense guy, stuff like that.
So then when the stand-up airs, though, it airs as one thing?
No, we're going to intertwine it like Seinfeld and Louis.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you'll watch like the drag queen episode and you'll see
It'll
that like experience with mixed in with the stand-up of you talking about it.
Yeah, so there's like a scene where like she's teaching me how to wear high heels and I'm like wobbly and like I can't do it and she keeps calling me a horse and then I wrote a horse joke, so it's gonna
I love it.
Yeah.
That sounds so fun. Was that just something you and Steve came up with?
Yeah, so what happened was I was in Humber College and Steve was doing something with another comic in the city. And it just didn't happen, whatnot. And then he came to me and was like, I want to work with you because I know you're crazy. Or you take a lot of risks on stage. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, do you have anything in mind? And I thought like, oh, I'm going to make my own Wayne's World. Because he's kind of like he was scouting kind of for Bell. And he was just pitching shows to them. So he wanted to pitch a show with me.
Okay.
And we pitched a sketch show first. And we filmed a couple sketches, which I should release. I just don't. I'm sitting on them for no reason.
Yeah, put them out.
Yeah. And then I guess I'm like waiting until I have more content, which I'm trying. I made a food.
Because you want to get to a point where you're releasing it like really regularly.
Yeah.
I can see the value in that.
Yeah. And also the quality of it's good too. So I'm like, I don't want to bury it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except I just don't. We didn't like doing sketches. We made one or two. Or we made like 3 or 4, I think. And then it was like, oh, we're going to have to make like 50,000 of these. Like one episode of a sketch show, you have like 7 sketches.
Yeah.
And like if our heart's not in it, we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a weird thing where it's like.
Sorry, I'm going to like burp into the mic probably.
I kind of feel like I'm going to burp too. We'll do it together. But I'm thinking it's only carbonated drinks. Yes. Like I feel like the more professional thing would be to get flat drinks, but.
Yeah.
We're not animals, okay?
Right. We need drinks.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. It's such a thing for stand-ups to have sketches online. But it's like we're not sketch people, or else we'd be sketch people.
Exactly. That's why, like, most content, I'm like, I just want to post the stand-up I do.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, well, I have to have a banger show every fucking night if I want to keep posting clips. Or like, I try to do funny crowd work. And then some nights it just doesn't. I'm like, oh, there's no clip here.
I want to try to record like an album and I want to wait till I have an hour and film it properly, and then I can clip that. And people are like, that's too precious. You have to be putting it all the time. But that's just what I've decided.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Actually, with the way that we filmed the show, so in the contract, anything on the cutting room floor that, like, what we use, like the stand-up portion, what we use on the Bell show, I can't do anywhere else. So it's like I can't, if I wanted to do like Winnipeg, the Comedy Fest, because they film it and put it on TV, I wouldn't be able to actually take that set and do it somewhere else. I can just do it. Yeah, I can do it for corporate or whatnot. That doesn't matter. But anywhere else on TV, I'm not allowed to. So they kind of own that material. But like the stuff that we cut from, I now have really good footage of. It hasn't been on TV, and it comes back to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I recently had Desiree Walsh on, and she recorded her first album. But just before that, she was on a TV show where they were like airing her stand-up. It was kind of like following her around as a comedian at this festival. So then she had like an hour, and she had to use like half of it for the show, and then like the other half became her album. Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna do. So whatever comes on whatever they cut from, I'll get it back. I'll post clips, and then I want to put it together and try to release it like a little, maybe. I don't know how much they're gonna cut. That's the problem. It's like probably won't be an album, but maybe a couple tracks on Spotify. Maybe send that off to Sirius or something. Get a little radio play.
Well, someone told me they had just like a couple tracks on like a compilation album, and they made a bunch of money off of that. Like, you don't have to be a known person. Just like your tracks can end up getting picked up.
Damn, that's sick. It's almost it aligns a lot like with the music business, which is weird.
Okay, so have you done an album before?
No.
Okay, but you've been doing stand-up for a while.
Yeah, like 8 years, I think.
And then, are you also a musician? Not
a good one. But, I can rap. Actually, so for the drag episode, usually, you would lip sync to like Mariah Carey or like, Lana Del Rey, Cher. But because it's TV, we needed like royalty free, and I was like, oh, I'll write the song. I'll just write the song and I'll record it. So I'm lip syncing my own voice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and the song. But I wrote 3 songs. One was a rap, and Steve really liked it, and then the other one was also a rap, and he really liked it. Except he said it was too weird and it didn't fit the vibe of the show. But I was so proud of it, and then I wrote one kind of out of just like, fine. That one was too smart for you, too wordy, too many jokes. So I just wrote a song where it was like, get that money so I can get a honey. So I can get that money so I twerk. So I twerk. So I twerk. And it just repeats like that. And I'm like, what, you like that? And he goes, it's perfect. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Fuck. Why?
I get it though. So the vibe just needs to be like big and fun.
Yes, that one did work out way better because the other one I was more of a character, and it was a different type of character. I was more of a nerdy character, and my drag character was my drag. I don't know the right lingo.
Yeah.
But it was more like big hair and like a dress and big ass and tits.
Did you look good dressed up as a woman?
I can. Oh, my phone's over there.
If you do you want? Maybe you could send me a still, and I'll clip it into the thing.
Definitely, I'll show you now. Though, wait.
Okay.
Just so you can get a reading of it.
Okay.
Yes. Talk amongst yourselves.
I don't want to offend you, but you look like you might look good as a girl.
That's part of the stand-up. I asked the audience, I'm like, who thinks I'd be good looking as a woman? And I got a big woo, and it was like, that's just unsettling. I have pictures from the wrestling as well, so I can send you those. But yeah, so that's me and my big ass hair.
Oh my God.
And then that's that one.
I love it.
That was me doing makeup. So without the hair, yeah. They super glue your eyebrows.
Oh my God.
And then that's like, I can send you that, just a little clip.
Oh my
God. Twerking joke, like 2 twerking jokes. It was terrible. My thighs were burning.
I guess it's a learned skill, right?
It really is. Yes, you have to learn to be a hoe.
And you separately from that, you did the pole dancing class.
Yes,
right?
that was the first episode we shot.
Because I've done a pole dancing class, and it was a lot of work.
It was,
and it kind of pissed me off because I realized like I didn't have like the strength or the flexibility to really do it. So I felt like.
But you look like you would. You look like you could wrap a leg.
Yeah, I think at the time I wasn't in very good shape, so I didn't have a lot of flexibility. I was just like, this actually would take me longer than I thought. Really?
So the first time we had to like do like a little thing before shooting the TV show, like we met her and I was like, oh, hey, like we want to see what I could do, and then whatever I was bad at, we would write down. Whatever I was good at, we would like make note of it. I couldn't go upside down. Could not go upside down. I was like, I guess this is cut from the show. Like, fuck. Like, what are we gonna do?
Did it just scare you or dizziness?
No, I just couldn't physically get my leg up.
Strength?
Yeah, and then on the TV show, right when we were filming, and she taught me, it was the first try, and I did it, and I was like, ah! Like I started screaming.
It was just like you needed to get the hang of it.
I don't even know. I don't know. The first time...
The magic of, like, the lights, camera, action, and you were like, I can do it.
I think so. I think it was the adrenaline. Because before, she was, like, putting me on my back, getting my foot to, like, link up, and then she's like, now lift yourself up with your ankle. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. There's no muscles in your ankle. And if there is, I don't know about them. Like, it doesn't, I don't know. Hooking your ankle onto the pole and then lifting with your thigh with your hands as like balance.
Yeah. But I feel like that's like a lot of stuff in dancing. It's not the hardest thing, but it's like it's unusual and you have to work at it.
Yes. It's very like she told me it was going to feel vulnerable. I just felt really dumb. Like I felt like a robot almost. And I was like, robots, that's not a good dance.
Yeah. And like especially like with all dancing you have to look confident, but especially pole dancing, like
you want to look sexy.
Yeah So there has to be that like 100% confidence. You can't be like, and she was a bit awkward as a pole dancer but still good. Like it doesn't.
I will say once I got upside down I was very confident, so I was able to just keep doing it.
And you were upside down?
Yes. I made the mistake of Steve wanted to shoot this scene where it was like, I'm overexhausted and they give me a pep talk. So I was like, okay, let's make me exhausted then. So I got exhausted, did some jumping jacks. And then I was like, oh, we should shoot this scene while I'm hanging upside down like Spider-Man. He goes, I love it. Yay. And I'm hanging upside down and just for comedic value, I didn't realize, but like my hands got super slippery by like because he would go, okay, go upside down. Action. Oh wait, cut, sound. Stay on the pole though, and I'm like, no. And
oh my god.
And then at one point, I really hope he got it. Like, I hope it turns out the way I think it will.
Yeah.
Because she's asking me this question, kind of giving me this pep talk while I'm upside down. I do go upside down like 20 times.
Fuck.
Yeah. And I just start slipping it down the pole. She's like, how are you feeling? And I'm going, and then I just land on the back of my neck softly, but yeah.
No, did you have any injuries from that day?
Yes, I smashed my ribs on the pole and then for the rest of the shooting days, because that was day one,
no.
my ribs were like completely fucked.
Fuck.
Yeah. And it was just bruised, but it's fine now. I can do this.
Yeah, you don't want bruising in your ribs. That's like very uncomfortable.
You can't breathe properly. I coughed and it really hurt.
Oh God.
Yeah. And I smashed my toe off she brought the poles, and the pole dancer Crystal, she brought her own poles and platforms, and sticking out the platforms are the big metal things, and I whacked my toe off of it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Did you like the experience overall?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was very fun. I hope we get a season 2.
Yeah, I want to see it a lot. I imagine that was challenging for Steve. Like, but did he like doing it?
Yeah, I mean, like, he was just the director, so he's directed a lot of kids shows and like reality stuff, and this is basically a reality show.
What?
And he had a lot of fun just directing me and trying to just get like silliness out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it matters a lot the environment you're
yeah.
in, like that you give a performance that's fun to watch.
Yeah, I noticed just for myself, I was wearing a sweater, and there's like a part in the show where like we ask them questions, and it's just kind of a boring stand there talking heads thing, and I was like, oh, I want to like move around and dance. So, like, I was so awkward that a lot of questions I asked, I like would do a little dance or something. And then but the first time we did it, I was wearing a black sweater, and Steve was like, oh, I like that. That's good. And we shot it, and he's like, you're too calm. You're too chill. It's boring. I'm like, oh, let me lose the sweater. And once I lost the sweater, my energy was just up because I was colder. And I
love it.
The colder, I feel like the colder you are, the more energetic you'll be because you'll be wanting to move around.
Oh, I never thought about that. I always try to make sure I'm warm.
On stage?
Yeah, because I always think like I don't want to be uncomfortable because I'm already under stress.
I'm the complete opposite. I want to be super cold up there. I want to be like almost freezing.
But I also do a kind of like deadpan
style.
So
you're like, heat is nice because I can think and it's relaxing. That's true. We have very opposite comedy.
And it's funny because like I think of you as like I can't remember the other comedian. She's a girl, and you and her just went up one time for the variety mic at Comedy Bar, and you were just doing something like goofy and weird, and that's like how I always like think of you. Even though I've seen you other places just like doing stand up, but I'm like, this is a guy who likes to like do like weird shit.
Oh, very. I think that was Colleen.
Yes, Colleen. I couldn't think of her name.
She's cool. I used to do this bit. I haven't done it in a really long time, but I would say like best way to get out of a date is to act crazy yourself. And I'm now that because I wrote this like 7 years ago, I was like, oh, I know how to make this better now.
Yeah.
But it's like you be crazy yourself, and then I would grab a hot sauce bottle and I would pour it into my hair or just directly into my eyes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then I would continue doing the show for my 5-minute set with it in my eyes.
With hot sauce in your eyes.
Yeah. So every once in a while I'd tell a joke and be like, oh, bugs, get a round of applause before they die. And then
my God.
that would get the audience to react.
That's crazy, because sometimes I watch that comedy where people are like eating hot wings, or peppers or something.
Ones.
I won't do shit like that.
Oh, I love that. I thrive on it. I'm like, give me a distraction, give me something to fight with.
That's like, where does that come from?
I don't know. Adrenaline. And adrenaline and creativity, because I like skateboarding too. Like bombing hills is my favorite thing. I take my little penny board that's a toy, and the grip on it's terrible, and you just fly down a hill at like 20 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So was skateboarding like your thing growing up?
No. I picked it up more in my 20s as like a little hipster. 16, I was like pennyboarding and cruising around, but it was more for transportation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you like as a kid?
I did do like a little jackass stuff. My favorite thing was jumping off of stuff. So like I like jumping.
So like when that was on TV and it was having its heyday, you were like an elementary school kid?
I'm 28, so I think it was already I was too young for it.
Okay.
But the movies were all over the sleepovers, you know?
Oh, okay.
And we had the video games too, but it didn't really.
There's a Jackass video game?
It's so fun. There's a few. It's such a fun game. I had it for one. I had for the DS, and my buddy had one for the PS2. PS2 was way better.
That's hilarious. When Jackass came out, like the guys who did it were my age. And I remember watching it with a guy friend, and he was so mad. He was like, I did all this shit. He's like, I never thought I could get paid for it. Fuck these guys.
I felt the same way, but then once you do it, you're like, oh, yeah, no. You should pay me for this after a while. Because when you're a kid, it is just fun to jump off a bridge and land on the grass. And you're like, that kind of hurt, but fun.
Yeah.
Like, I've been looking for this video forever. I think it used to be on YouTube, but that was like 15 years ago. I'm jumping off of a bridge in Oshawa, and I'm landing on this just soft grass. But when I landed like an idiot, and I did this. Like, I grabbed my legs, and I just smashed my jaw off my knees.
Oh.
And then I just got back up and went, ow. And I was like, I want to find this video so bad, and no one can find it.
So you had the video, and it was online.
It was on YouTube, and I definitely had, like, the old, like, the actual footage, but I don't know where it went, just being computer after computer. It was on a desktop, and then that desktop, like, got fried at one point.
But do you think there's a way we could find it online?
I hope so, but I don't know. I don't even know what it would be under.
People say the internet is forever, but we're already losing shit.
That's what I mean. I'm like, I can't believe, like, you can pull up a tweet from, like, 20 years ago. Even though Twitter...
Barbra Streisand's house.
Right.
But she didn't want anyone to see.
Yet there's no fun video of me smashing my face off a knee.
Amazing.
But also, I guess from that, I got to put it into the TV show.
Yeah.
So the TV show felt like it was Jackass meets Seinfeld, which is something I've always wanted.
In what way Seinfeld?
The stand-up.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That is the only part.
Yeah. I know, like, one of the guys from Jackass ended up doing stand-up.
They kind of... Steve-O did. It's not very good. But they all actually... Jackass used to do live shows where they would do stunts on stage, and it would kind of be sometimes the whole crew or just, like, a portion of them.
Yeah, I went to that.
Really?
I saw Steve-O staple his balls to his leg.
Yes! What a stunt. Why do you think of that? Drugs, but, like...
That was a fun show, and it was like the type of people that, like, we were in our 20s, and it was a fun night. Like, we just, like, met people at the thing, and it just turned into a whole night of drinking. It was a good thing to bring my generation together.
Yeah, dude.
And I think everybody had sort of, like, those types of people in their life. Like, even if you weren't the guy who did that shit, there was probably, like, some guy in your town that whatever. I don't know. It's so dumb. And now that I'm this age, I don't want to see people do that stuff. But
I'm actually the same way. Like, the newest Jackass, like, what am I close? The newest Jackass was good, but watching Steve-O as a 50-year-old man, like, get a skateboard to the shins, you're just like, that doesn't hit the same way. And then they do it to a big fat guy in his 20s, and you're like, that's way better. This is, pain needs to be for the youth, I guess.
They should have, like, a new crop of Jackasses and just have, like, the old guys, like, make a little cameo here and there.
That's kind of what the last one was, like, kind of split, where, like, the new guys would do more heavier, well, not even heavier, but, like, they joined. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, at what age were you when you got into stand-up?
I tried it when I was 18 or 19 at Vapor Central when that was a thing. It was like a big vape lounge. Mike Reedy used to run an open mic there.
Okay.
And my buddy took me there one time on shrooms, and he was like, bro, you should do comedy. You don't know what you want to do with your life. And then I was like, I will try comedy. And then, like, the second I stepped on that stage, I had a pipe in my hand, and I was smoking weed on stage, telling jokes, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do.
That's so insane. I feel like most people couldn't do comedy on shrooms.
Oh no, I didn't do it on shrooms. My buddy took me to that stand-up show beforehand on shrooms. We watched the show on shrooms, left, and then he told me, like, you should try stand-up.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. But you did get high while doing it.
Oh yeah, I got high before, got high on stage. It was
Did
great.
that help calm you down, or?
I think because I'm such a stoner, it blended two lives where it was almost like, because your whole life when you're growing up, you're like I got arrested for weed, so it's like, oh, you're a loser, criminal. What, you want to be an artist? You got to stop doing drugs. What, you going to be like Jim Morrison? It's like, kind of. He's dead now. It's like, right. So then, you finally get to like build the two, and then you look at like someone like who's running that show, and you're like, wait, this isn't a vape lounge. This isn't this is legal. This pretty much. So like, I don't know. It melded both of my worlds of like, art's gay but fun and weird that I've always liked, and then drugs can actually go healthy with it. Yeah, and because I only hear about the bad stuff, I guess. About like mixing art and drugs.
Yeah, because obviously people have done it poorly, but
and all the greats don't end, like John Belushi. Yeah, like.
Did you ever have a Jim Morrison phase?
Yeah, I love Jim Morrison. I love the Doors.
Yeah, I was, Val Kilmer just passed away.
Did he?
Yeah.
Whoa, when did that happen?
I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Oh my God.
And I was young when he did the Doors movie, and my friends and I watched that, and like, that's literally like how we got into weed. Oh. Like, we were like, we need to go find weed. We made like, necklaces to match Jim Morrison's necklace.
Oh,
and we would just like listen to the Doors all the time, smoke weed, read his poetry, but also like any poetry that he referenced, which was a lot of different stuff. So it was very like intro to weed and art connected with the Doors.
Of course. And the only other example of like weed and art that when I was a kid, I was like, oh, these guys are like, this is all they do for a living, was Cheech and Chong for sure. Oh yeah. Yeah, because I heard like a couple of their albums when I was a kid, and then I watched Up in Smoke when I was like 10, and I was like, weird. The only other thing about like, because I knew drugs didn't make you a loser, but like just everything around, when you're in school, you go to racing against drugs, and a cop comes to school and goes, don't ever do drugs, this is marijuana, and then they passed around the class and shit. My mom grew weed though. My mom grew weed like my entire life, so like I really learned about it.
Did you always know that she was growing weed?
When I was like 4 or 5, I was playing in her garden, and she was harvesting, and I just looked at this leaf and I picked it up, and she goes, "Drop that!" I was like, "Ah!" And she was like, I was like, "Why? It's a plant." She goes, "You know what that is?" And I go, "I don't." And then I went to school like a week later. We had Race Against Drugs, and I was like, that's what I picked up.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, oh shit. And then I went home, and my mom was like, did you tell them? And I was like, no, I didn't tell them. I didn't tell the school that you grew things.
Your mom's like, are you a narc?
No, literally. And then once I was like, no, I'm cool, I have a very distinct memory. Like, it's like memory burned in my brain. I lived really close to my school, so I went home for lunch. I walked in the door, and my mom has a big pot plant on the table, and she's got the magnifying glass, and she goes, "Oh, come here." And I run over to her, and she tells me to like look in the magnifying glass, and I just see these like orange fuzzies and stuff, and she goes, "That means it's ready to harvest soon. Those are the good terpenes." I'm like,
oh my God, that's so wholesome.
Right? And that's where it was like, no, drugs aren't bad. Well, this drug isn't bad, at least. Yeah. So why can't I put it with my art? And then like, yeah.
Yeah. And I do think it is like a beautiful experience, right?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Oh, also, sorry, my brain.
Like, we associate it, I think, with like burners and lazy people, but yes. Like, it is like, there's a reason people get into it.
Yeah, it's mind opening, makes you happy, it's fun. I ate a bunch of edibles last night. I don't know. I slept great.
It's like yoga, right? Like it's very much about being in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And also going back to Jim Morrison and the Doors, when you asked me about music, I do rap and I can sing a little bit. And I've only written one song that I think I can like actually sing, but I sing it like the Tragically Hip and the Doors. Like it's in that vein.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to play me a song.
Oh God, no.
No.
No. Later. I'll invite you to a show when I'm ready.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, because like I'm very weird with that because I play guitar, but I've never done it on stage. I've only brought my guitar on stage as like a prop, and I used to just put it behind me and just never play it, and then just pick it up once and strum one chord and then put it down. Then I realized Steve Martin did that, and I was like, "Fuck! I gotta stop doing that."
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
But do you think also like you could write a joke song and then you could like?
I've tried.
You could get there slowly.
Yes, like I've written a bunch of joke songs, but the way I write them is to like instrumentals a lot. So then to pick up my guitar, I'm like, oh, okay, now this is in a different inflection. So now it's this power chord to G, and then it's like, oh, with the G, I now need to go high or something. It's very technical and weird. I'm just gonna burp again. Oh, thank God.
So tell me more about your mom.
She's like a crazy hippie lady with like really big glasses, and she's now not doing marijuana. I'm sure she would want me to mention that. She gave me all of her devices and she said, "I'm done with it." And I'm like, sure. You've only been doing it since you were 14.
Oh my God.
Like in your 70s.
I think you can turn over 60s. A new leaf at any time in life.
I believe that, but I also believe that she misses it a lot.
Yeah. It's hard, like, if something's part of your life.
Right, and you grew it. It was like, yeah, And right now, so she lives up at the cottage that her grandparents, or my grandparents owned. And then now she lives up there.
Where's that?
She owns it. Near Minden, like an hour from Minden. I don't really know. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
She's an hour from everything. So, like, she's, like, legit in the forest.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
And she likes that vibe?
She loves it. She really loves it. And sometimes she'll, like, message me and go, oh, yeah, there's just a bear in our neighborhood, so we had to call the bear guy. And I'm like, you have a bear guy? Like, but I can also see, like, she worries about me here. And she's like, oh, there's so many people and serial killers. You have to be careful. And
yeah.
It's like, yeah, but you have to be careful of wolves and like you have to actually worry about monsters that can kill you. I have to just worry about like the homeless guy that's like, I don't know, looking at me funny.
Yeah. And don't step in shit or
don't
vomit or all the various excrement and bodily fluids about.
Last night, every road smelled like pee. We walked down so many roads like near church and it just was pee, pee, pee.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just think everyone is used to like their own dangers and their own weather. So like somebody who grows up around earthquakes will be like chill about that, but they can't understand that somebody lives where there's tornadoes.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Kyle Kinane has a great bit about tornadoes and hurricanes.
I love Kyle Kinane.
Right. I saw him live. It was amazing. He's probably one of the smartest comedians out there. I'm gonna
start looking for him because he's somebody I should see live too.
He's so good, and he's very laid back. I love his approach to comedy. Just on stage, just what do we got? Okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
But you can tell he is prepared, but he's just so laid back. Like, grab a beer, let's talk.
He has this story he does about like he took his friend's kids to the pool, and he uses this line where he goes, "The universe will tell you what you can get away with." And I always like think of that like it just isn't like now a thing in my mind.
I do that too. He is one comic that always pops in my head, especially like the tornado line is.
What's his tornado?
I think it's like the tornadoes are the dicks of natural disasters because it's hurricanes hit everybody. Rainstorms hit everybody. I'm fucking this bit up, but tornadoes maybe just Jeff's house.
I love it.
Also, he has a joke that's like kind of pro-veganism, which I really love because
Are you vegan?
I'm vegetarian.
I'm pescatarian, but I would be a vegan. Like,
Okay.
I'd like to be one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's his vegan
Oh,
pro-vegan
it was
joke?
he just goes through like, I can only eat an animal if I think I could like take it in the wild, like put up a fight or something. He's like, he goes through all the animals basically. So he's like, fish, those are wet vegetables, and like they're ready to eat right now. And then he goes, but cow, I don't think I could take a cow. And then he's like, punch a cow in the face. See how your heart feels. Your heart will break more than the cholesterol ever would. And I was like, ah! It's that line of like, punch
Have
a
you
cow in the
seen,
face.
they have these like mini Shetland cows.
What's a Shetland?
It's, I don't know, it's just this like type of cow, but they're really, really cute. And I guess people are like keeping them as pets.
Oh.
And I'm like, interesting. This is like, I wonder if there's an animal rights activist somehow secretly behind it. Because like if everyone starts getting pet cows, like they're closer to dogs, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's perfect. We tried to do that with pigs, you know?
Yeah.
And then the pigs were just more shitty dogs. Like they would just eat everything in the house and like tear up your furniture and shit everywhere and then get really big.
Yeah. One thing though, now there's like wild hogs,
Yeah.
which are so creepy they might just frighten people out of wanting to eat them.
I don't know. We like to eat ugly animals.
We do, yeah.
The uglier, the more we're gonna eat you.
Well, I don't know. Like, are cows and pigs the most common?
I would say so, depending in Canada. And now they have like the one thing that I know I won't eat, but I don't care about, because like I am one of those people where it's like, meat is murder. Oh, but I don't. You can eat meat in front of me. I don't care.
Yeah.
But crickets, like, there's cricket protein now, and now there's cricket factory farms where they keep the crickets in tiny little cages and just let them breed like constantly and overflow the cage and stuff.
And this is something you don't care about?
Yeah, I don't really care about that. It's insects. Who gives a shit?
I don't give a shit about insects either.
I'm not gonna eat it though. That's gross. That's still meat and no, that's a bug.
Yeah, it's not an appetizing.
But like factory farming chickens, I'm like, we need to stop that.
We need to stop that.
But then factory farming crickets,
especially because like I think bird flu is going to be the next COVID.
Oh God.
And like what we've proven to ourselves is we cannot handle a pandemic. We don't have the social flexibility, the emotional capabilities, so we just actually need to stop allowing or creating the conditions that another disease jumps species.
I feel that, yeah. Yeah, like mad cow disease. We handled that one pretty well.
Yeah, because all we had to do was stop feeding the cows to each other.
That's so fucked up.
The fact that it happened at all was a sign like we're not good at farming animals.
Well, we were just giving the meat out to the other cows. See? It's like, you're very dumb.
It's something that if it was an episode of a TV show, you'd be like, it was such a gross episode and that would never happen.
Yes. Oh my God. It's so true.
Are you a big movie fan?
Yeah, I like movies. Yeah.
What's your genre?
Okay, I love movies that don't take themselves seriously. So like, and anything fast paced and funny and actiony. And obviously, 40-Year-Old Virgin's great, Animal House, all the classic Spaceballs, Mel Brooks films, all of them. Maybe not Paws of Fury. But
what's Paws of Fury?
Paws of Fury is such a weird film. It's like, did you ever see Blazing Saddles?
No, I just put that on a list of movies I have to watch.
So basically, he made Blazing Saddles for kids, but he made it kind of like a Kung Fu Panda ripoff.
Oh my.
And Michael Cera is a dog that learns Kung Fu.
And it's called Pusafari.
Oh, no. Paws of Fury.
Paws of Fury.
Oh.
When did that come out?
Oh, like 2000 something.
It feels like I should know about that, but I for some reason deleted it.
I felt the same way when I found out like recently, and I was like, I should watch this, but I'm afraid. And then I watched a little bit of it, and I was like, this is
really bad.
Yeah, but no, I do love.
Is Blazing Saddles still good?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, the jokes hold up. It is great. It's a great movie. There's just a lot of racism in it.
Oh.
But that's the point. That's part of the film.
It's like a send-up of the Western, right?
Yeah. Send-up of the what one?
Like, it's making fun of Westerns?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a funny Western film. Yeah. And then the ending's great. I think you'll like it. Yeah. Oh, and also, like, really fast action-y films. Like, I love Crank.
I never watched Crank.
It's so fun.
It's like from the 90s?
No. Crank is Jason Statham, where he just needs to keep his heart pacing. It's like Speed with Keanu Reeves on the bus, but the bus is your heart.
What? Okay, that just sounds like you're making it up.
No. So he Jason Statham's heart just needs to pump really fast. So for the entire movie, he's just running, doing cocaine, having sex, getting his adrenaline up the entire movie.
It sounds so much like that movie where he was addicted to sex.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he just had to fuck the whole movie. But it was really sad. Like,
yeah. This one's great.
This is a fun...
This one's fun, ultra-violent film. And then the second, like, the sequel to it takes itself really not seriously at all. Like, they know what they are now. So there's like a big boss fight and Jason Statham's heart's and the bad guy's looking at him, and they do a close-up, and then they just shoot. Instead of the crazy action film, they just take two like toys and just go smack them together. And I'm like, that's the funniest bit. It's not even a comedy film, and you did that. I love it.
That's amazing.
What about you? What's your genre?
What is my genre?
Because I like everything.
I like everything too. I'm gonna say, I don't even know. My all-time favorite movie, I think, is Silence of the Lambs.
That is good.
But I'm not a horror person, I don't think. Like overall, I don't like body. There's a lot of types of horror that just upset me. I don't like sadism. I don't like body horror.
Body horrors, I love.
But I think like Silence of the Lambs is just like, it's not about its genre. It's just like a perfect film.
Yes.
Like, it has really amazing characters.
Great
Everything
acting.
about it is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
The dialogue too is great too. Like, even when it's like, is she a great big fat woman? I'm like, there's a purpose behind that line, because he wants to build a suit, and you're like, oh yeah, you would want a fat stretchy skin. Like, that's like, oh.
Yeah, that he was amazing in that, and I feel bad because I think the actor for the rest of his life like couldn't get away from that character.
No, you know who he is now? Do you remember the show Do You Think You Can Dance? He's the guy that goes, "Do you think you can dance? Dance?" He's not, but or maybe he is. I don't know.
But yeah, I kind of think, I don't know what my genre is. It's probably stuff that's comedy and drama.
I get that. I feel like Judd Apatow does that well, but now they're getting long and pretentious. Like, Funny People was great, but could have been like 20 minutes shorter.
Yeah, Funny People was just weird, like, because I think he broke with like the genre, and like you can't typically.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like he there's a certain like kind of rules you have to follow to make a comedy, and he was like, well, I'll just go outside of that box.
Yeah.
And then it's just not a comedy.
It really was. It didn't feel like a comedy, but there was some really good jokes.
Yeah, like it was good. It was really good at some points. Like everyone in it was really talented. I think This Is 40 is such an amazing movie.
Yeah, that's Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Oh, no, that's 50-50. What's This Is 40
is
Paul Rudd?
It's Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann.
Oh, and they're the Knocked Up characters, right?
They're both in Knocked Up.
As a couple.
Are they a couple in Knocked Up? I remember she was Katherine Heigl's sister who's pregnant in it, and they try to go to the club.
Yeah, yeah. I feel. Oh,
Or
wait.
no, is Hegel pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's knocked up.
But I do remember This Is 40, that scene where they try to get in the club and the bouncer's just like, go home to your children, miss.
So your TV show comes out in September.
Yes. Yeah. Or hopefully. I don't really know. We're going to have a viewing party and then Steve, I asked Steve for more information. We haven't gotten it yet.
No, that's...
But yeah, hopefully in September.
I hope you guys do something like a party with some stand-up.
Yeah, actually. But that would be smart. Like, because we do want to do this viewing party where we get a little bit of press. We get maybe, I don't know, industry people, bell people. And yeah, it would be cool to get like some stand-ups on there. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what is your tattoo?
Yes. Okay. So this is it's a rat riding a bicycle on a little cobblestone road. I got it because, it kind of ties into the show too. Yeah. So I got it because the girl I was dating passed away, from suicide.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And, she had 10 rats. She had a rat tattoo. She knew how to draw rats, and it was her favorite thing to draw. She also drew me a picture of a rat smoking a bong, but I thought this was better. So she drew me a keychain, basically. She made me like a little keychain out of plastic and markers. And I brought it to the tattoo place, and he blew it up and just added a little bit more detail, and we made it, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think you've talked about her on stage as well.
Yeah, I got a whole 10 minutes. It's awful, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a weird...
It's weird because it's sad.
Yeah.
And that's something I really like playing with, because now it's not an adrenaline rush, but it's still the distraction and something I have to balance. So now it's like, okay, the audience needs to be with me on this ride, and you can get emotional with me. But the end goal is to make you laugh, so like it has to also be silly.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, okay, I'll tell you this sad stuff, and like, like these details of she's in a coma, she'll never be the same. And then the joke before that was about her getting a gender-neutral washroom built into a school and how that's punk rock and whatnot. So I'm building her up, and so now you're connected with her. And then when
was she trans?
She
or
was
non-binary?
She was like non-binary, I think.
So like identified female, but didn't herself identify it?
No, it was like some days she was female, some days she was male. Yeah. And basically I have like a gender-neutral washroom joke, and then I have a joke about if she was mentally challenged and how mentally challenged people use the washroom, and we
like
don't care if she got out of the coma.
She would have had brain damage.
Yeah, so a lot of her problems would have been solved.
Oh my God.
Yeah, see how like
it's a dark joke.
It's the entire topic's dark as fuck. But that's kind of the point where it's like, okay, it is still a joke. It's still a joke, but we're putting a lot of emotion in it.
Are you somebody who likes really dark comedy?
Yeah.
Have you always?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because some of your stuff is like very light too, so it's interesting that you have that.
The reason I have the light stuff is because sometimes it is just, I got to a point where I was like, oh, I want to just joke about everything. So here's a joke about birds, and like here's a joke about cats, or like here's a really silly one where it's an impression of a man playing the trumpet while turning into a cat. And then it's like, okay, now that I have the silly stuff that I can market to whatever, and I can do those clean shows and not bum everyone out and not known as the dark comedy lord, you know, it's like, okay, now here's the serious dark shit.
Yeah, I think it's because I think of like somebody who does dark comedy as being maybe somebody who's very serious, so that they might have lighter comedy, but they wouldn't have something that's properly silly. Mm-hmm. And you really do like,
I love silly
like
comedy.
You know how like some singers have like a bigger range, like yours is like that, like very high, very low.
Well, that I'm really trying to like get into every scene. Like, there's a poetry show later today that I might go to, and I've done comedy poetry before. So that's really like that's just weird to like go up after a girl that's being like, and that is my story. And then I go off and I go, how's it going? This is a song about, or this is a poem about STDs. And it's like burning fire, nothing I desire.
Have you seen Paris when he does like receptacles that start with the letter B?
Yeah. Oh my God. Bassinets, baskets. That's such a crazy.
It's something like if you said it to me, I'd be like, well, that won't be funny. But it is.
Because he's a character. That is the thing. It like no one can take that joke. Because like if you did that joke, I don't think it would work that well.
Yeah, because part of the joke is just how weird he is.
Yeah, he's got a thing like Emo Phillips, where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna watch you. I don't know why, but like something's gonna be fucking weird, and I like it.
Yeah. Is there ever like a secret meeting of all the weird comics? It's like you in Paris.
And Ryan Beveridge.
I just had Ryan up. Yes, that would be. Also, like, I feel like there's never a theme show that's like absurdist comics. Like where are those people at?
Yeah. I guess there's like the alt shows that we can do. And we hop on variety shows. We're good at variety acts, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think like for you it's just like it's just something about being creative like
Yeah.
You just want to try
everything. That's what actually the drag stuff, doing it for the TV show and writing all these drag jokes. I now perform at drag bars doing stand up, and sometimes they let you do 2 or 3 sets in a show. So, because that's what the singers do, or lip syncers.
Yeah.
They'll just do one song, dance, catch their breath, rotation goes again, then they go back up.
Yeah.
So, as a stand-up, it's like, okay, sick. I'll do 5 minutes off the top. Y'all might not like me, but I am talking about your culture, and I already did it, so this is now my perspective, and it's gone well.
Yeah.
And then the next show, in the same night, I lip-sync a song, danced, and did stand up while doing it. So like in the middle of a song I tell a joke, so it felt like stand up, but it was just way more creative.
Yeah.
And I took off a bunch of shirts. It was great. And I wrote art horror in lipstick on my chest.
Yeah, I did it was actually with Steve DeGay and Ryan Durgee. We did that O'Grady's on Tuesdays, and there's like this duo of drag queens who host, and it's predominantly a music night.
Yes.
But they were very welcoming. We each got 10 minutes.
Yeah, I love O'Grady's. They the pianist that they have is so good, so talented.
Yeah, because their whole thing is like, okay, so when people are, it has to be live, so you can't bring a backing track. Somebody has to be like playing the piano, and then you can sing along. So yeah, it's a really good, and I felt like the audience was very musical theater. So Durgee was like, maybe he wasn't as impressed because he's a background in musical theater, so he's just like, I've had enough of this. But like for me, because I'm never around that, I was like, I like how sincere these people are.
And they're happy. They're happy. Like musical theater people are either bullshit motherfuckers that are angry all the time and snooty bitches, or they're the people at O'Grady's that are like, let's just hug and sing Rent. Let's sing Rent.
I feel like if there was like it would be funny in a movie to have like the nemesis be like a stand-up comedian and then a musical theater, because it's kind of the like people who I don't know, like the sincerity versus the like deflective.
I've been in a musical before in high school.
Yeah.
That was fun.
What did you play?
It was Little Shop of Horrors. So I played a salesman, and I was the deepest voice in my class.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But I was a homeless person, the guy that goes, and then you go.
Oh, you do go low.
Yeah, I can go pretty low.
Amazing.
And then basically they just gave me all the talking points because I didn't like singing and dancing. Because when you do it, they're like, smile, jig, and I'm like an emo kid. So they told me I was allowed to smoke weed if I came to class, because my teacher caught me being high, and she was like, well, you're singing better and you're happier. Just don't tell anyone. I was like, yeah.
Oh my God. Were you like struggling as a teen or just like kind of normal?
I was a little struggle here and there, you know? Like, I don't know. I guess I just wasn't smart. Like, I really thrived. Like, I took guitar, musical theater. I kind of went to, like, an artsy high school.
Yeah.
Or, like, a high school that could focus on art students.
Yeah.
So I took a bunch of those. And I thrived in those. But then, yeah, like, math, science, and all that bullshit. You know, locally developed and applied classes.
Yeah, that's hard. And then you found comedy in your 20s?
Yeah, or like 19, I think. I think I was like 19.
Oh, sorry, you said that. That was young, actually.
Yeah, I did.
You were one of the kids.
Well, no. I was like 19, and then I didn't do it for like a month. And then I was like, oh, I should do it again. And then I just did it like every once a month or so. And then in my 20s, Oshawa had like a weekly open mic. So I did that weekly. And then I started just doing more and more and more, and then just never stopped. So nice. 20 is when I took it seriously, but I think I started 18 and 19. And
then eventually you did the program at Humber?
Yeah, I did the program at Humber recently. When I was a mature student. I was like 26, 27.
Are a lot of people in that program mature?
No.
Okay,
no.
So it's very like 18, 19, 20?
It was kind of split, where it was like, okay, I'm like 26, 27. That dude's like 30. She's like in her 40s.
Yeah.
Cool. And the rest of them are 18. and then like 1 or 2 20-year-olds where you're like, you're kind of mature, but I don't know.
Yeah. Did you love it?
It was fun. It taught me nothing about comedy, but everything around comedy.
Like the industry?
A little bit. I learned how to do sketches properly. I learned how to market myself better. I learned a little bit of tips. I learned I learned that I liked it a lot more than I did. And I found out that I could be a voice actor. So I really geared towards that, and I'm trying to put together a demo, but I'm lazy and it's hard. But I'm trying.
Yeah.
With the TV show now, I do voices in that show. So I'm just going to take clips of those and also put it in a demo reel and try to get,
Yeah, and then you can say, like, it's professional work.
Exactly.
Which I think looks really good.
Definitely.
Yeah, voice acting sounds like a good gig, especially for you.
Oh yeah, it's fun, and I can do different voices and stuff.
Is it annoying if I asked you to do something?
No, but like what?
Like what's something you love doing?
Well, it's always like this voice. This voice is just my favorite to do. Oh, yay, because it's the most expressive. Whoa! And people always say it's like the gay voice. And I'm like, just don't even attach it to that. Don't. It's just super feminine. It could be a woman. It could be an alien. Oh, it could be like Scooby-Doo.
I love it.
Right? And like just British is fun. Because in school, I learned like, we had to do like, have you heard of Peep Show? Or or Michael and Webb?
No.
It's a British sketch show. So we did a sketch from that, and I just did the British accent. My teacher was like, okay, but you have to nail it if you do it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, hello, how are you doing? It's very nice. It's just good. It's good to be like this, And she was like, oh, that's very good. And then my partner also put on a British accent, but she went, oh, hello, governor, how you doing? Like, she's all the way up here, like, what the fuck? And I realized, like, with my teacher, Melody Johnson, she would give me direction, and I was able to follow it. And a lot of times in school, I was like, oh, that's hard. But she was like, just go higher with it, or go a little less, whatever. And I'd be like, oh, okay, all right. So now it's like not that much of a different inflection, but just a little bit more grovelly, a little bit more weirder,
Yeah, there's like an art to being able to communicate performance tips or direction.
Definitely. Also, Humber really helped me create characters too, because if you create a character in a voice, like the British guy, you need to know how he laughs. You need to know how he cries. You need to know all of his emotions, because all of that will be needed if you make a TV show and you're a voice.
Yeah,
actor.
You can't be like one guy when you're serious, and then when he's sad, he sounds like a different guy.
Exactly. So it's like, if you want to talk like this, it's kind of funny, right? But like, you don't even want to. This one gets a little weird, but then it's like, gotta live like Eddie Murphy, But then how does he cry? Like it don't matter,
I love it.
Right? I was doing that with my girlfriend recently. I love doing voices for her. And the one she loves is, I realize a lot of them are accents and they're not my race, but I'm trying to get away from that and just be like, no, once we animate it, they're like aliens or something. It's those Simpsons characters. It doesn't matter. You know, we'll just make it a white guy that sounds like this, you know, he could just be a white guy that kind of just loves Spanish people, but not, you know, I say, you know what I realized? I don't know how this guy laughs.
Is that the one your girlfriend likes?
She loves this one, you know. She loves it. I'll be in the car with her and I'll be like, yo, turn left in 2 miles, you know. But then I realized I don't know how he laughs. Like, hey. Like, it doesn't, he turns into Seth Rogen. Or he goes super Chinese and it's like, oh shit, I now need to find the balance in my voice.
Can you help other people do an accent?
No. Because the accents I like to do are like, you don't know what type, like, I could be Mexican, I could be Puerto Rican, I could be from anywhere, you know? So as long as you don't say a specific place, it's fine. Because people can't be like, no, that's wrong, you're racist. And it's like, no, I'm an alien, I'm from the planet Chorizo.
I love that. That's an incredible talent.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
I feel like, I don't know, it's like you need like some animator friends to
I know a couple.
Kind of work together to create something.
Yeah, actually, I know a couple. One dude did animation. He did like Weird Al posters.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I also draw cartoons. So I've been like learning. I draw comics like my entire life. So I'm trying to write this comic and also like take stills and try to put like a voice over top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's like little free animation sites where like I have this I love writing monologues and putting a voice to the monologue. So like I did one about just a pencil, but the pencil was like reaching out and it was like a love letter and it was like,
oh, it's cold in here. Oh, I see you never use me anymore. You never want to touch me. You're just always on your phone.
And so I actually animated that one. And I just with a free animation because they had a little animated pencil. So I just put him in a backpack and
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's on my Instagram or TikTok or something.
I feel like that's the kind of thing that could really find a home online because so many people are obsessed with like anthropomorphized objects.
Yes.
Like it really like affects I think all of us to some extent, but it's a full-blown obsession for some people.
Oh yeah, and Disney and Pixar, they did it right. They're like, what if cars had emotions? What if emotions had emotions? What if fire and water were alive? Amazing.
So we're coming to the end.
Yes.
Can I get you to tell me the name of your show again?
Yes. It's Are You Laughing Yet? Are You Laughing Yet?
Mm-hmm. And it's with Bell 5.
Yep.
So where do we find that?
If you have Bell Internet, you have Bell 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it'll be on there in September.
Yep. And then after 5 months, we'll get it back and we'll put it somewhere else.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then what are you on socials?
It's my name, Evan Wunderlich. Like, okay. Yeah, like at Evan.Wunderlich for Instagram, and then TikTok, it's Evan W Comedy.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, and sorry about the tattoo. My mind is always like trailing off.
Yeah. Did we not?
No, there was one thing I wanted to talk about actually. It was like the stress of certain things. So like, yeah, before like practicing for the stand-up portion, the 30 minutes, like I like threw my voice out, and like at the day of the show, I'm like, and it was really scary, but we did it and made it through. And then about this tattoo, the girl that drew this, when she died, the whole thing sort of happened all at once. So like she's in a coma and she passes away, and then while she's in the coma, I had a meeting with Bell 5, like the final meeting, the one where like, this is our passion, but like this is the moment. And I just have this complete sadness in one side of my head. And then the other side is like, okay, put that fucking thing in the back there and pull. Okay. Hi, hey, Belle.
Yeah.
And it was really tough. I don't know, like, we got it, and then and so we did the meeting, and then I go to her every single day, visit her in her coma, hold her hand, cry a lot, and then I'm literally outside the hospital, and Steve calls me, and he's like, "We got greenlit," or no, sorry, we had a Zoom call, and he goes, "We got greenlit," and I go, "Yeah," like it felt like this weird, like, oh, a dream just came true, and a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Like it was such a weird balance of emotion.
So then, like, that came up more when you were filming it?
Yeah.
Because at that point, like, she's actually gone.
Yeah, and she had roles to do. Like I planned, because I was planning this TV show, and I was like, sweet, you know how to make costumes. You're gonna be our costume person. You know how to do art. You're gonna help us with the art stuff. Like she's gonna help a lot. She did music as well, so it was like this whole thing. And yeah, as we're filming it, I was like, oh, that was gonna be her thing. That's gonna be her thing. So we dedicated an episode to her, the drag episode.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and for the wrestling episode, I chose to be Rat Boy. That was my persona. Yeah. And I thought, oh yeah, because I have this rat tattoo. And then I realized, I was like, oh yeah. Also, Rat Boy. She always called herself the Queen of Vermin. Like when I met her, she saw me at Free Times. She gave me a big hug, and she's like, "You were so good." And I was like, "Hi, thank you." And I was like, "What's your name?" She goes, "Rat." And I go, "She's cool." Yeah. But
so
yeah.
wait, then explain the stress that was coming up, like right before you filmed. You said you almost lost your voice.
Yeah. So by that time, all the writing has been done. I've been doing shows every single day. Every single day, I was doing a gig, just hounding out this material. And anywhere I could, like I even did a dark mic, and I went up and I was like, guys, I don't have anything dark right now because this is a PG show that I need to practice for. And so I did so many gigs that by the end of the run, right up on the day of shooting, my throat was so sore and like my voice was fucked, and a lot of the jokes I scream in.
Oh, God.
And it just made me think, like, did Sam Kinison ever have this problem? Because he's just screaming all the time. And, like, I think I was just so stressed that I worked myself. I couldn't sleep for, like, a day. I was tossing and turning and, like, dreaming of, like, the stage, what's going to happen? And are people even going to show up? And a lot of people showed up. Yeah.
So then how was the filming? Like, did your voice come back?
It did, actually. I tried to just act normal and not talk to anyone. And then so we filmed it without an audience, which really fucking sucked. But that was just for technical stuff like sound issues or like certain close-up shots. Like Steve would get to direct it first without an audience.
Yeah.
And then he would get to direct it again with an audience. So it would be easier for him too. And then I also get to run through the material.
Yeah, so it was just like a weird dress rehearsal.
Yeah, and then right after the dress rehearsal, I was like, oh no. And so I just downed a bunch of tea, ate thousands of lozenges, and we had a PA that would stand near me, and she goes, "You're not allowed to talk to anyone. They're telling me this. Please don't talk to anyone." I was like, okay. And then people, like my mom would come out, "Honey," and I guess my mom, and give my mom a hug, and I go, so I just wrote on my phone and just showed people as they ran up to me, like, "Congratulations." I'm like, please, I don't want. And then 2 days after, I was like coughing up blood.
Oh my God.
Because like, I guess I just worked my vocal cords way too much.
Yeah. But do you think it sounded okay? Like,
yeah.
Like the adrenaline was helping? And
the adrenaline, the show, the not talking for a bit, and all the lozenges. I ate like an entire pack of lozenges. Like it was insane.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being on, Evan.
Yeah,
I am
thanks for having me.
excited to see your show.